Hello and welcome to another Bearded Geek toy review. In today's video we're going to be looking at the Star Wars Black Series Sabine Wren figure. Check it out. So here we have the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Sabine Wren figure from the TV series Star Wars Rebels, which ran for 4 series and recently finished a couple of years ago. Sabine Wren was one of the crew of the Ghost, who were part of the very early stages of the Rebel Alliance, and she was from Mandalore, hence the Mandalorian armour and the helmet. Now, this figure was previously released a couple of years back, but what they have done is they've re-released all the crew, including adding some of the characters that they missed off originally. And what they've done, they've added more photoreal faces to the figures, because originally these were quite cartoon-like and in keeping with how they appeared in the TV series, which is playing in the background. So let's have a close look at the packaging. And again, with the new Black Series style, we've got the artwork on the side with this new style packaging, which I really like. And purple seems to be the theme for the Star Wars Rebels characters. And again, on the back, you've got also the artwork and then a brief bio of the character, and along with all the warnings and guff that you get on packaging these days. So let's crack open the case and have a closer look at the figure. As with the new range and the new packaging, the whole of the plastic casing comes out of the packaging, leaving just the cardboard here. And obviously you've got a window here protecting the figure. So let's take that off and then get the figure out and have a look at Sabine Wren and her accessories. So here we have the figure, and it's a brilliant paint job. It really is an improvement on the previous figure. Just looking at the detail on the face there, you can see just how much more lifelike this digital printing looks on these figures. And it's quite a challenge, obviously, for figures that are based on the characters who appear in the cartoons, is because obviously there's no live action source for them to take the digital photo printing for the face. So they've done a really good job here. She comes with a couple of accessories. Obviously we have the Mandalorian helmet that she has, which is in her colours, which is a really cool kind of like purpley maroon colour. And obviously the visor goes down and then goes up. So that's good. Apparently it's quite a tight fit onto the actual head of the figure, so we'll try that later. She comes with the 2 guns that she has. There's not much detail on those, but they're in a nice little sculpt of them. Of their 2 pistols that she uses throughout the series. And then what we have here appears to be if you can just see that there, appears to be the handle to the Darksaber, which is obviously the famous Mandalorian lightsaber, which is used by parts of Death Watch in the Clone Wars cartoon series. Darth Maul also wields it, and then Sabine Wren takes on the mantle. Bo-Katan, who recently appeared in the live-action series The Mandalorian, has also wielded the Darksaber. And if you follow The Mandalorian, you know that the Darksaber is currently being wielded by the Imperial officer Grand Moff Gideon. So obviously from the time of Star Wars Rebels to The Mandalorian, the Imperials must have got hold of the Darksaber somehow, and perhaps that's going to be a plot point where the Mandalorian will be able to get the Darksaber off Grand Moff Gideon and perhaps like restore it back to Mandalore, along with delivering the child to a Jedi as well. So you might have a couple of plot points there that are coming into fruition as we enter the end of the second series of The Mandalorian and into the third series. I should really have put some spoilers at the top of this in case you haven't watched the latest series, but I get a feeling that if you're a Star Wars fan, you are probably on top of everything. Now, the one thing that does amaze me, as well as the face sculpt, is the paint job. The paint job of Sabine Wren's armour is particularly very good, and I love the paint splashes that she has on her gloves and also on her boots as well, because if you've ever watched Star Wars Rebels, you'll know that she has a hobby of putting her graffiti on various places where the crew of the Ghost like to attack, and she's also spray painted various insignias on Imperial TIE fighters and the like. So that's a really, really good detail of the figure there. It is a shame that she doesn't come with the full Darksaber, but I guess the feeling that they're probably saving that for the forthcoming Black Series Moff Gideon figure, which does come with the Darksaber. And speaking of the Mandalorian Darksaber that Sabine Wren once held, here's a little sneak preview of the Darksaber itself, the official toy. I've borrowed this from Santa before we ship it over to the North Pole for the elves to wrap and Santa to deliver it early Christmas morning. But there you go. What we'll do is we'll do a full, proper video review of this when it gets delivered. And here's a little sneak peek. How cool is that? I think my 10-year-old son's going to love that. And like I said, we'll do a proper full video review once it's been delivered by Santa. Back to Sabine Wren here. And what we're going to do is going to try and put the helmet on her. As I've said, I've seen other videos where it is quite a bit of a tight, snug fit. And it's kind of whether or not you want to be forceful or not, or be careful not to damage the paintwork of the actual face sculpt. That seems to slip on okay. Doesn't look too bad there. So there she is looking with the Mandalorian helmet on. So there she is in a good pose with the helmet on and both blasters in both hands. She's quite a delicate figure, certainly when it comes to the joints and trying to get her to stand up. And I think obviously it may be because she's got like thinner legs and thinner arms, so just be a little bit more careful when you're posing this particular action figure, or indeed playing with the action figure, if you like to play with your Black Series action figures. But yeah, just be a little bit more careful. She is slightly more delicate than some of the other figures that you can get in the range. There she is with the helmet back off. And again, I think when the Grand Moff Gideon figure comes out, which is predicted to be early next year, around about January or February, I think those are due to hit stores and websites. Then I certainly will be getting that figure just so I can then pose Sabine Wren with the Darksaber, as you can see in the background, with her practicing with the Darksaber with Keenan in one of the Star Wars Rebels episodes. And finally, there's Sabine Wren in amongst all her other Mandalorian figures, standing between Boba Fett and the first series Mandalorian figure, and I think she looks a really good addition to the shelf there. So as I said, well worth picking up this figure, and you can get it in all good toy stores and online for around about £20 or $20, depending on whereabouts in the world you are. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get a notification anytime that we put a new video up. In our next video, we're going to be reviewing another Star Wars Black Series figure, where we'll look at the Return of the Jedi Admiral Akbar figure. So stay tuned and stay safe. See you soon. We're going to be looking at the Sabine Wren Black Series Star Wars figure.